blamed when this came out. I did not forget who tore down victims of sexual assault when this came out. I did not forget what bloggers and what blogs and what platforms felt like they had to play neutral and give artist a platform.
Me and Kehlani used to be in a relationship about 2014, 2015. Around the time she was with Nick Cannon, I think she just signed her deal.
Telling me basically like if I put X amount of money in and then I have sex with him and he records a video of me having sex and that he will send it to like all of these celebrities and then we'll make money, and I'm just like sitting there knowing something's wrong and going wrong in my head.
About why all this is happening now, and this is what he had to say.
I find it very strange and ironic, but I've seen this happen in the business before, so I'm not really surprised. When I made Superfly, I didn't really post on social media about what I was doing. I'm a very low-key dude. Like, when I'm making moves, I like to make moves in silence. After it was announced I was on Superfly, then these random allegations start coming out of nowhere.
So what do you say to that?
I say that this man could not do anything for me that I haven't done for myself twofold.
Over somebody lying on me. I've been in jail for 2.5 years off of a person saying something happened that did not happen, and I'm locked in a cage underground for 2.5 years. My acting career, gone. My music career, gone.
Yeah, that's right. He was living here in Valley Village, and his career was really blowing up. I mean, in the last year, he had 2 movies. He also recorded an album.
Started off with the big package.
Kaylan Walker was an up-and-coming hip-hop artist and just released an album this year. He was also adding to his acting resume. Last year, he starred along Halle Berry and Daniel Craig in the drama Kings. And most recently, he was in BET's remake of Superfly. Now, the 23-year-old LA native is locked up, charged with 9 separate felony sexual assault charges.
Fam, let me be first to say, as a man, a person that stand on principle, in no way, shape, or form I condone what this clown had done, if these allegations are true. But let me tell you something as well. I have a son, I don't have a daughter, but I do have a mother, I do have a grandmother, I do have a sister, and as a man, I grew up to don't wish, jail upon no one. But a man who take advantage of women, and younger age women at that, get no sympathy from my heart. Forgive me, fam, I just felt compelled to get that off my chest. But let's stay on track. Today, we're gonna have to take it to sunny Los Angeles, fam. An actor who got accused with over 30 victims of having misconduct with him. And because of the allegations, he's currently facing up to 100 years in prison. Fam, imagine hearing a judge giving you 100 years. That should probably make your heart stop. And the person we're gonna talk about today, fam, is an actor that go by the name of Kehlani Walker. And I don't know if I'm pronouncing his first name right, fam, so forgive me. But if these allegations is true, I really don't care if I pronounce it right. But let's stay on track. Kehlani Walker. His most noticeable gig was movies like Superfly and also a movie starring Halle Berry called Kings. But fam, before I continue this, remember, I don't give you no angle. I just give you the story. With that being said, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and we're gonna jump right to it. Fam, check this out. In 2018, he got arrested for having misconduct with over 6 female victims. And the statement that made me sick was 3 was alleged to be underage models, dating back to 16 years old as the youngest, who all wants to be aspiring models. Fam, even though he was only tried for 6, over 30 females went to authorities for misconduct on the Superfly actor, Mr. Walker. Fam, it was alleged that Walker had used his minor celebrity status and the little blue check mark that all quote-unquote celebrities have on their social media platforms to disarm his victims and lured them to remote locations and giving them false promises of video shoots and photo shoots. Los Angeles District Attorney Yasmin has stated the following. You're going to be introduced to the real Kehlani Walker, the man behind the movies. You're going to see a dark side to him, a side that each of these women saw. Deputy District Attorney Yasmin quoted and told the jury, you're going to see that he's a con artist who used his limited industry success to bait and trap these young girls, lured them to locations where they were alone, where he was in control, where they were vulnerable. One person that seemed to be familiar with this man's allegations is the singer and American songwriter, Kehlani. Also, once the girlfriend of LA rapper, YG. While he was locked up, waiting for trial, and ended up getting on bond after 2.5 years, Kehlani ended up making some tweets towards Walker. To her 2.3 million followers on March 6, 2021, she tweeted, Refer to all my retweets for all the details on this case, stories from his victims directly from their mouths, resources on how to support them, fight for them. He doing photography of people, how he started to folks in the first place, many which were minors, and then go on to write, and his case is still open, and now his victims and their allies are being targeted and gaslit by him and his followers on social media. Some are my friends. I stand with y'all. Fam, this man doing anything. See, Kehlani had retweeted alleged victims who shared their experience with Walker, right? And retweeted a message which alludes to A$AP Rocky aided in Walker's release. Walker had posted a picture on Instagram with the caption, "Before I take the next step, thank you in advance for saving my life, A$AP Rocky." But A$AP Rocky tweeted, "Huh? I don't know that clown, and I ain't bail him out. Stop playing with me." Kehlani had then tweeted, "Full clarification, Rocky was not the celebrity friend I was referring to. It was a woman, and I reached out privately. Some of the rumors that was floating out there, fam, was it was Halle Berry."
I heard rumors that Halle Berry allegedly bailed him out of jail and has some weird, interesting relationship with him. I've also heard that, he's still out doing photography. I guess he used photography to lure these women in. Still some women allegedly underage, that he's still out now, even on bail, while he's still facing these serious charges.
Walker had responded to these allegations, fam, in an interview with the one and only Hollywood Unlocked.
Has a very... In the business, people know how she moves, but of course, her 12 million fans that never met her before, they would assume that she's this person she's pretending to be that she's not. So if she's gonna try to blast me or air me out with false allegations, she should give all the details. She shared things that she felt about me, but didn't share our history. So let me take you way back. Me and Kehlani used to be in a relationship about 2014, 2015. Around the time she was with Nick Cannon, I think she just signed her deal. She was homeless strolling through Hollywood. Me and my mother took her in, and she lived with me and my mother for 6 months. While she lived with me and my mother for 6 months, we fell in love. Holding each other at night, talking, conversating, "I love you." At that time, I was ghostwriting her songs for her label. Her label didn't know. She didn't want me to tell her label. Nobody knew anything about it, but I was ghostwriting her music. And we were also in a relationship. As she was getting, if you want to go back to timestamps, we were dating around the time she dropped a song called Loyal. She had a song, it was a great song, by the way, very, very talented girl. The song's called Loyal. When she's getting bigger, I finally asked her the question. I say, "Hey, what are we?" I know that's kind of cliche for, me to ask her, but what are we? She says, "I'm in love with you and I want to be with you, but my career is getting too big and I don't want to put that I'm dating you because I don't want girls to try to take you away from me."
See, fam, he first got arrested in 2018. And fam, according to Fox 5 in LA, an article was published on the 25th of October, 2018. It alleged the actor/rapper Walker, who recently had a role in the 2018 thriller Superfly, has been accused of a series of unwanted assaults that date back to 2016. According to LAPD, Walker contacted aspiring models on social media with the promises of being hired to work professionally. Walker, 23 at that time, allegedly lured the women to meet with him alone and were alleged misconduct them. The rapper and the actor is being held on over a $1 million bail. So when he got released 2 years or 2.5 years in 2001, that was that series of tweets being reiterated by Kehlani, fam. I just want y'all to stay on track, so I'm making sure I'm having a good timeline for y'all. Fam, but due to his trial date coming up, some of his information about his trial had ended up coming to the public. Some of the main facts was one of the most important, was some of them was underage, and 2 was how he conducted the process. Fam, this may hurt you to hear this, but one of the accusers, a 16-year-old, claimed Walker reached out to offer her $5,000 to appear in a music video. He alleged it was misconduct. Back in 2014, a woman was 19 years old when she alleged got drunk on a party bus that took her to a club where she was turned away by security. She reportedly stated that Walker assaulted her in the nearby parking lot. Prosecutors alleged that for the 2014 case, authorities have DNA evidence that went unmatched for so long because the victim didn't know who assaulted her. LAPD District Attorney had quoted, "She's in and out." She told the jurors, "She's drunk. She doesn't know what's going on." He has misconduct with her from behind without her consent, and she's in and out. What you're going to learn about this victim is that she didn't know who her attacker was because she was so drunk. The crime is entirely solved by DNA evidence, which they found was a result of Walker's after having his DNA test. Another crazy viral moment about his case was with another aspiring model. He had posted some photos of her during that time of the incident. And according to the pictures, she didn't look too fond of herself. Fam, it really looked as if though she was intoxicated or high on something. It was alleged that in 2017, the aspiring model Kwang and Walker alleged had a brief relationship. But it was not until the movie Superfly was released where Kwang reported the sexual assault to the Los Angeles Police Department, alleging that Mr. Walker drugged and assaulted her. A couple photos of the pair where crank bottles was draped over Walker's shoulders, where he held his cellular device and took a mirror photo of them. While still being released on bond, this was Walker's response to his allegations.
Okay. I've been in jail for 2.5 years over somebody lying on me. I've been in jail for 2.5 years off of a person saying something happened that did not happen, and I'm locked in a cage underground for 2.5 years. My acting career, gone. My music career, gone. And the thing that pissed me off so much is all these blog sites ran with a fake story. But if you looked up Google and looked up my name and typed in these type of what you guys discovered, the pictures are on Google from 2017.
So let's talk about these pictures that actually were just leaked. So basically what you're saying is the woman that is in these pictures, she is the reason why that you went to jail for the past 2 years, and she's a part of the reason. Okay.
But this is the thing. I couldn't say it out my mouth. Imagine you know the truth, but you can't say it out of your mouth, and you got to depend on the rest of the world to do research like you guys did. So thank you. That's one.
I mean, that's what Music Exclusives does. You know,
she told me, or told the police, and like I said, I keep making this very clear. The detective on my case is a racist white cop. She told them that I drugged her and only presented 1 out of 3 pictures to the police to make it look like I drugged this woman, without showing the other 2 photos of it showing that she's clearly not drugged. And the detective added the charges and quadruple stacked the charges and got me facing 150 years to life, while this girl ran across the world and now she's in hiding.
So let me ask this though, Kaylin, because you know a lot of people are saying that she might have been drugged, she might have been this and that, and from the photos that has been released, if you guys haven't seen the photos, make sure that you guys click the link in Music Exclusives bio. Make sure that you guys follow Music Exclusives as well, just so you guys can be able to check out those photos. On the photos, I mean, in the first one that has that everybody was circulating around, it does give that she's a little bit drugged. It's giving me Grudge vibes, honey. Okay, she has a face over her hair over her head. Only God knows what's going on. I mean, in the other 2 photos as well. I mean, I'm not saying that she's not drugged. It doesn't seem like that she is, because she's standing on top of a whole ass table with her ass out, but we still don't see her face. You know what I'm saying? So that's still kind of going to be like, you know, we don't know we don't know what her eyes look like. We don't know what she looks like. So how exactly do you think that that's really going to help when, you know, these photos, yes, they've been leaked and all of that, but is it really going to help? Like, do we really know if she's still drunk? She could be drunk, you know? She could be high as hell. She could be high as hell on weed, and maybe just at that moment she has, you know, is able to stand.
Exactly. But the thing is, right? I make it very clear. I want to let you guys know, if you guys are unaware, I have court on the 22nd. It's in LA.
Of this month?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm going to put the location of it. But if you guys did your research and found this, y'all can do your research and find that. On the 22nd, I will find out if the case is going to be dropped or if the case is going to go to trial. The thing I want to make clear to everybody, I see a lot of people telling me to stop talking and hide and be quiet. I'm not built that way. I know I'm innocent, whether anybody believes it or not, and I'm going to yell to the mountaintop that I'm innocent.
Shout out Music TV exclusive for that coverage. And if y'all want to check that full interview out, I advise y'all to go to that page and check them out. But fam, two of the victims end up going on Hollywood Unlocked and responding to those allegations that he claimed that they're lying as well. One was the aspiring model who was draped over his shoulder in the social media photos.
I was young. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I just wanted some help.
So you get to his house, and then what happens?
I get there, I walk in, and we're sitting like in this gym area, and he kind of like starts pitching to me the idea of prostitution without really using the words of prostitution. So like telling me basically like if I put X amount of money in and then I have sex with him and he records a video of me having sex with him, that he will send it to like all of these celebrities and then we'll make money. And I'm just like sitting there knowing something's wrong and going wrong in my head. Like, I'm just like, okay, yeah, sure. Like, let me get out of this very uncomfortable situation that I found myself in. So I went to go put on I want to say it was a bathing suit or lingerie, I can't remember at the very second, but it was something to take pictures for my digital in. And then he came into the bathroom while I was changing and like came and walked in a circle around me and told me like I needed to do this, that, and the other. I needed a trainer, I couldn't model, da-da-da. So after that, I'm still like obviously in survival mode, so I'm trying to survive what's happening at that moment. So he's like, let me just give you a ride back to your car. I'm like, okay, cool, like let me go back to my car. For some reason, when we get down to his car, I can't remember, I want to say there was stuff in the front seat, but for some reason I got in the back seat. And so I got in the back seat, and from there I sat on plastic covers on the seat, and I knew exactly what was happening from that point. And
Before we move on, I just want to send a prayer to all victims that was involved in this case. But fam, after almost 3 years and a 6-week-long trial, Mr. Walker was found guilty and was facing up to 100 years in prison.
Yeah, that's right. He was living here in Valley Village, and his career was really blowing up. I mean, in the last year, he had 2 movies. He also recorded an album.
Started off with the big package.
Kaylan Walker was an up-and-coming hip-hop artist and just released an album this year. He was also adding to his acting resume. Last year, he starred along Halle Berry and Daniel Craig in the drama Kings. And most recently, he was in BET's remake of Superfly. Now, the 23-year-old LA native is locked up, charged with 9 separate felony sexual assault charges. Armani says she was one of his childhood friends. I FaceTimed her from Compton.
I'm not surprised. That's what I've been hearing from multiple people. Like, I'm not surprised.
Authorities with the LAPD say the sexual assaults go back to 2016. In each of the cases, police say Walker would contact aspiring models through social media with the premise of being hired to work professionally. While alone, each of the victims reported that Walker sexually assaulted them. Armani says while the news doesn't shock her, she saw red flags from the beginning.
It seemed like he had a hard time forming relationships and keeping them. And I saw how obsessed he was over one of my best friends. He would be obsessed, like trying to pick fights with people over her.
Armani goes on to say at one point in high school, Walker touched her inappropriately, but let up when she said no. Walker was arrested back in September, and 1 week before his arrest, he posted this message on Twitter saying, "New music, more acting, taking pictures of random things, and working on my mental health."
Crazy to know that that was happening and that he has 9 counts, and we're so young. We're so young.
And authorities believe there could be more victims. If you know anything about this, you're asked to call police. As for Walker, we're told he's being held on a $1 million bail. Reporting live from Valley Village, I'm Chris Holmstrom, KCAL 9 News.
Okay, Chris, thank you.
Fam, I hope we all learn from this. And one of the most fact was thread light on that social media. But fam, I'm dying to know how y'all feel. I want y'all thoughts in the comments. And please, don't forget to like and subscribe. And fam, I'll see y'all on the next one.